Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Daytona, yet 2 days in a row. It's time for the Daytona 500 here in the WRL, the second season of the Rogers Racing Engines Cup Series. We saw last night a great battle, last lap pass for the win in the Busch Series to secure the purse over at Mercy Smoke. Great night, almost 3-wide finish coming to the end. But tonight, it's not the young guys, the young talent learning to drive. Tonight's the battered veterans going back at it again. Get ready for another great season. This season, you will not hear my voice. You will not see me all race long like usual. I will be racing, but we will be turning it over to our booth hosts, Peyton Larson and Mike Sr. Mike Sr.'s not here right now, unsure what is on with him. Like I said, Peyton Larson here will be the host of the race, at least for tonight, and then next week might be able to get Mike Sr. back in here. Again, unsure what's going on with him. But Larson, thank you very much for coming in and helping us run it tonight and kind of show what's going on. I do appreciate it.
I enjoy being here. I'm ready to watch some good racing. We got a good field of drivers. They're about to tear this track up, and we're going to have a good race here.
Absolutely. Joining me in the booth, or joining us in the booth, rather, as always, is our sponsor of the Cup Series, Mr. Steve Rogers of Rogers Racing Engine. Steve, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Absolutely. So I hear there was a big announcement that you wanted to make during the show, the pre-race show here tonight.
Yeah. Finally got t-shirts done. Some.
Ooh.
My full order didn't come in, but I've got a pretty good handful of stuff.
That's awesome. Good to hear. We'll get that out to some of the drivers if they want to order some shirts off you.
Okay.
We'll talk. We'll figure that out for everybody.
How do you know?
Great. That's great. So, Steve, last season you put trophies up for the top 3 finishers. I hope you're going to do the same this season as well.
I am.
Oh, that's awesome. Good to hear. It's always nice to have something in your hand after you win. Something to keep the drivers looking forward to. Steve, I do want to say thank you for everything that you do for the league. We all appreciate you, love hearing your insight about different things.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely. So, thank you. We're going to move on to hear Mr. Alex Van Heedy, the older of the Van Heedy brothers. Him and I were in the booth last night polling for Mercy, saw the utter defeat, heard the utter defeat in post-race. What do you think, Alex? What do you think about tonight?
I'm as pumped as I was watching the race last night as I am tonight.
Absolutely, me as well.
Watching the race, dude, I had a blast in the booth. I can't wait to do it in Atlanta next week.
Absolutely. I'm ready to go. As always, you are as well. You were a great co-host last night. We even had Charlie Irwin in there with us. Great run for all of us last night. The booth. Thanks for being in the booth. Appreciate it.
Yes. It was exciting. I hope everyone watching was excited as we were. I don't think I over-exaggerated at all. I thought we did a fairly outstanding job last night. So
I do got a question for you, Alex. Being in the booth last night, it might have gave you some pointers. Was there anything that you saw that might transpire or that you might be able to bring into this race today?
Yes, actually from watching the race last night, I've noticed you have to be in the top 10. If you're not in that top 10 bubble, you either lose the draft and you're not going to be there at the end of the race. And being patient isn't always the best, but from what I saw Mercy, Tony, and a couple other drivers do is trying different lines, but sometimes that didn't always prevail. It's always trying different things to see how your car will react, and if it reacts the best, always do what the car feels right, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense to me as well. We're gonna slide on so we can try to get through everybody real quick. Let's get everybody one question. Mr. Reese, the Hot Rig legend, defending Busch Series champion, Hot Rig champion, or Triple S, and Truck Series champion, has cleared his first accolade and now is allowed to be entered into the WRL Hall of Fame talk. How does that make you feel, first off, Dirty?
That's really exciting. I'm glad to even be considered for it.
It's a big honor, and there's only, I think, 6-7 drivers who have made that climb to Hall of Fame status here in the WRL. You are the highest active driver with the most wins, second highest driver rating in the league of active drivers. You've really cemented yourself in WRL history, first off, and second off, you're leading the way for other drivers. How does that make you feel that everyone else is chasing you?
Honestly, I know a lot of people might not be happy with that, but I'm happy with that. I like try to do whatever I can to try to stand out from the crowd. And feels good.
Oh, I'm glad to have you in the front, be chasing you, because I'll catch up to you one day. One day I'll catch you, Mr. Reese. One day. But Larson, you got Mr. Reese?
I don't with him, but I do want to ask a question to you, Jade, since you are racing.
Oh. Okay.
And I figured you deserve a question as well.
Oh,
Coming off of the season you had last year in the Roger Racing Engines Cup Series Championship, Season 1, does that put any pressure on you this season to come out and perform a little bit more? And do you expect anything less than a championship?
With me, myself, I don't feel a need that I have to prove myself again. Last season I struggled in both Cup and Busch when Cup drivers were allowed to run Busch. I struggled a lot, and which I won at Phoenix, and then I didn't win again until Chicagoland in the playoffs. And I couldn't put a run together, and at the end of the season, I came together and finally was like, listen to myself and just do what I had to do. I expect to at least make it to the Final Four. I'm not going to call it championship because our Cup Series has way too much skill in it to call that out of first race of the season. I think that I do have a good shot to try to win, but I'm not guaranteeing it by any sense of the word.
Well, that's a good thing to have under you. I wouldn't expect anything less from you either to not get to the Final Four. If I don't see you there, I would be very surprised. But I also kind of wouldn't be surprised, as you said, we do got a stacked field coming into the season, all hungry for the win. You were just mentioning Jarrett Reese here. He is going for a Cup championship. He's coming off of 2 championships from the Busch and the Truck Series, so he's going to definitely be a contender to the title.
Absolutely, I do agree with that. We are going to move on to Mr. Charlie Irwin, our talent scout for the WRL. Oh wait, he's not in this chat. Correct.
He is.
We're gonna move on to Anthony Trippy, rather. Hi. Hey, buddy. So, you raced last night. You came home for the Bush stuff. Did you learn anything that you could bring to tonight?
Just find the open holes and make the moves. I started that last restart back in 16th and made it full wide on the front stretch and got myself to 4th right at the line. So you just gotta find the holes and make the moves as they come.
Absolutely, I do agree with that. It's definitely what you have to do to try to get to the front and try to go for those race wins. Do appreciate you being in the booth. Sorry we can't ask more questions of you. We'll get you in for a future race. But best of luck tonight in your race. We got Connor McInerney in here. Just kidding, it's McInerney.
No.
All season long I called him the wrong name last season. But Connor, you decided late that you were gonna run Cup. What? And it's going to be a challenge for you. You know that you're still learning a lot, which is good. But if you think you can deal with the challenge, what do you have to do to make yourself a winning car week in and week out?
Just stay out of trouble. That's like the main problem. I always get put up in the wrecks that really set me back.
That's definitely something. So that's half the time that's not even in your control. It just happens,
Yeah.
So, wish you the best of luck here tonight.
Thank you.
We got one more interview to get through here tonight, and that is probably one of my favorite interviews, always, when he speaks. Mr. Matt Martin, the teacher, as I called him last night.
There you go. Good evening, everybody.
It's gonna stick.
You gotta let that go.
It's gonna stick. I'm gonna make it stick.
Nah, you can't let that stick, man. Too many expectations.
I think it's a great name.
Then you would like it.
So, you watched some of the race last night, I take it. Watched some of the young guys, how they were learning. Who would be the first one to come up the Cup that you would think out of that race alone?
I don't know. It's too early to tell. I mean, you got to be good at all tracks, not just a super speedway.
Absolutely, I do agree with that.
In my opinion, anyway. So, ask me that like race 3 or 4. I'll have a better grip. But yeah, it was a good race last night. Once it got rolling.
Once it got rolling, we did have some pre-race technical difficulties.
More like
the rain
shenanigans.
didn't like us.
The rain definitely was falling hard, but we got those air titans out.
Yep, the rain was falling pretty good last night. It followed a little bit earlier tonight, but that's all right. It's all good. The track's dry, ready to go. It's a nice, solid 79 degrees here at Daytona Beach. Other than that, Matt, it's always great to have you in the booth, in the race, listen to what you have to say, and I feel you're one of those people that people just listen.
I don't know. I've been racing a while. I'm just ready to get going.
All right, well, I am too. With that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Peyton Larson, who's gonna be in the booth here tonight. Enjoy it, make it fun, make it interesting, because I know it's gonna be interesting on the track, Larson.
I'm ready to watch. I'm ready to call the action. I hope everyone at home is ready to go, and give it a few moments here. We'll get to watch some qualifying and see what cars are going to be up front.
All right, sir. We'll talk to you later.
All right, I'll see the top 3 after the race.
We take our voices to do not share, right?
No, we hop back over to the chat. It doesn't matter in that chat.
Okay. Sounds good.
Just make sure you guys get me an invite, please. Alright folks, it is just me in the booth tonight. I just want you all to know that this is about to be an exciting race tonight. We are going to have about 20 drivers all racing for the Daytona 500 Championship, the season opener of Season 2 of the Roger Racing Engines Cup Series. So right now we are going to be waiting to get this qualifying session. We will drop in on the qualifying. We'll just see what cars are doing well, what runs are being made, just to make sure to see how good everyone is doing. Stick around, see who won the pole. You might hear me here and there trying to ask about some race things. So at this point we will be waiting for an invite to the race to be able to go spectate these guys. Jade, this is Larson. Just send me an invite and let me know when you guys are in. Alright, we still waiting on the invites here. I'll just add in, this is a super speedway race here that we are ready to go with. I'm listening here. If you are in the second party and you're watching the stream, Jade is asking everyone to go to the main party. Some track facts here. We got a 2.5 mile super speedway. This is one of the two tracks that is going to have the huge draft. Just looking at the season here, there's a lot of opportunities for some surprise winners. Definitely for my pick to win this race, it's going to be Jade Bird. Jade Bird is a master at Daytona. He knows how to make this place work. He knows how to get up front, how to stay up front, and how to make sure that the people around him are working with him and not against him. Jade knows how to make sure to keep that bottom line, and that's all he needs to do. And that'll be the big thing, is whoever can stay on that bottom line will be great. Steve, who? Gotcha. Is he racing still? Gotcha, thanks. Alright, and joining us in the booth right now is Steve. He is the sponsor, correct, of the Rogers Racing Cup Series.
Yes.
Just to have some banner while we wait on the invites here. We're going into Daytona. We know that the tensions are high for these drivers to come out and have a good starting race to set themselves up for when the playoffs comes around. What do you think is going to be the biggest key in this race to make sure that people are in the right spot at the right time?
Just try to keep your car up front and try to stay clean. but I've seen races here at Daytona where you can be 12th with 10 to go and make a move for it. So, hard to say what might happen tonight.
That is true. I was telling the viewers earlier that my favorite to win is Jade Bird just because he has a good track history of running at Daytona, finding the way to stay up front, keep his friends around him. Who do you think is going to be the driver to watch, and maybe who do you think is going to be the sleeper to pull out a win and maybe sneak their way into the playoffs?
Yeah, that's tough. Always a tough. Myself, I would like to see one of the new guys kind of sneak in there and show themselves. But man, we got a lot of good veteran drivers, so to me, it's just too hard to make a choice here at Daytona. But I'm gonna pull for Boz. We'll see.
I do think that Boz probably does have one of the best shots. He's experienced. He knows he's maybe not have done this a lot, but I think he's definitely experienced to find his way up to the front. I think anybody, if they hook up with the right person, could be up there as well. Another big thing that is going to be a point is keeping your nose clean. This is going to be a race of 100 laps. This is 40 laps longer than the Busch race yesterday. So it's going to be more work to try to keep your nose clean, and this track is going to be aero dependent. So what do you think is going to be, how many cautions do you think we're going to see? That's a good question.
And I don't know. Maybe 3 or 4. Like I say, we got a pretty good group of guys racing.
Yeah.
So I don't foresee it being a caution fest. But hey, it's the first night. You just never know. But with the quality of drivers that this league has, I don't foresee a lot of cautions at all.
Yes, I do agree. There's going to be some interesting people in there that maybe aren't going to be as experienced. I do know we got 3 hot seat drivers coming up from the Busch Series to try to spoil the party like Perks did yesterday. We got the 51 of Sam Haskew, the number 22 of Future, and in the 96 is going to be Mercy. Do you think any of these Busch Series drivers are going to have a shot to win? I do know Mercy was up front for most of the race yesterday.
Right. Yeah. To be honest with you, anybody that runs this race tonight with this, field of drivers that we have, and in our Busch Series also, and anybody could win this race. That's why it's just so hard to spotlight a first driver here on the first night.
That is true. And this is going to be important to start the playoffs as well. Not only is there a win on the line to lock themselves into the playoffs later in the season, but this could help somebody in the points. This could set the tone for some people's seasons. I do know a big thing for some people is if they can start strong, they can usually use that momentum to stay up front and try to get a better points finish. What do you think is going to be the big key of getting points this race?
Just try to get the best finish you can out of what you're working with. Find somebody that's willing to work with you to carry you to the front, or get in a group that will carry you to the front. Just a good finish to get points.
I do see that. That's going to be definitely a big thing, especially with these stages. These stages are going to be the most important thing to earn points, to gain points on people. I do know the Busch Series last year in the playoffs, Jarrett Reese was able to win that championship by extending his lead through stage points when everyone else would struggle in them. So I really think that this is going to be a big thing on stage points, especially this race when it might be harder to get them.
You're exactly right. Those couple points add up here and there throughout the race and throughout the season. Them stage points do add up.
They will, and I can attest in the small truck series we had, I was up front for most of the time just by getting stage points and just outbeating people in the stages. You don't necessarily have to beat somebody in the end of the race. If you can find a way to get and maximize your stage points, you will be up front in this season no matter what. So that'll be interesting to see if anybody can capitalize on the stage wins this season. If anybody can even just gap somebody, like even if someone can get about 6 or 7 and the next person gets 3, that's going to be a huge jump for somebody in the points.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Right, and it looks like we still don't have any invites to qualifying right now. I think they're trying to figure it out. Sorry for the late start here, folks. It's just first night jitters. I think once we can get everybody calmed down, everybody in the party or in the lobby, we'll be able to get our invites, get into the race to be able to watch these people qualify, watch these drivers, maybe show something that they have in this qualifying session, maybe see who's going to be the fastest. Obviously, if you start first, you can definitely finish last still in this race. So you don't expect whoever gets first to be up front the whole time, but it's definitely going to help somebody, especially in this first stage, just to try to get a good track position. And just hearing now, I think we are missing out on qualifying. They had to get going on it, so we will be sitting here waiting for them to get done. So we'll go in, try to see who's on the pole. But so we'll just try to fill in the time here. I guess one thing, just on the personal side of things, Roger Racing Engines, do you just want to like expand on what you guys do, what your guys' business is mostly, and why you decided to sponsor the Worldwide Racing League?
Our business is based on do a lot of sprint car engines, modified UMP modified engines, a few pulling truck and mud truck engines. We're full service machine shop from start to finish. Don't really do a lot of diesel stuff, but we do go-kart engines, do a lot of go-kart engines for guys, the clones and the open modified engines. Say we do just about everything, have for 23 years. Well, I'm putting age on myself.
That's definitely a good amount to do it, and I've never personally have gotten an engine from you. I've never been able to get into that, but I'm sure you have enough people that can be out here and be on your side and tell them how good of a worker you, knowing how well you work in this league and just communicating with people. I could definitely see how you definitely have a good following. Plus 23 years, you don't go 23 years in anything without being good at it. So, but back to an earlier question. Why did what interests you into sponsoring this league and just like giving more of a platform to people that are trying to just do this as a fun hobby, but also like give them something competitive to work for?
Right. I've raced most of my life myself, so it's always been an enjoyment to me. I've always been into racing, of course, in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. The league just kind of come to me. Alex had been working with some people, and I was sponsoring another league, and that wasn't quite what I expected, and so I just got to talking with Jade, and we worked something out, and here we are today, and hopefully going to bring some more stuff this year to the drivers, give them a little something here and there, and trophies at the end of the season, and I'm planning on throwing maybe a cash race, and I'll throw out some PSN cards here and there. Like I say, got T-shirts and stuff now, so looking to expand on that side of it also, give a little something back to the drivers.
That's something amazing. That's something that I definitely see a sponsor. That's definitely good for you and just being able to build on that is just kind of like a Camping World situation with Marcus Lemonis in the Truck Series. He kind of gives back to that series and just does everything to make sure that most of the drivers are taken care of, even if some of them don't accept it all the time. They definitely enjoy that he is sponsoring that series, and he's definitely is invested. So I definitely see how you have invested into this series and just put your faith into these drivers that they will go out and put on a good show compared to maybe other leagues who might be putting on as good of a show. This is definitely one of the more competitive series that I've ever seen, ever been a part of. So it's definitely a good one that you could be sponsoring right now for sure.
Yep. And this league continues to grow.
It continues to grow. That is true.
That's what I like about it. You know, we're always trying to get in drivers and get them in the seat and get them on the team.
Yeah, I can say this.
That's huge.
I can say this. Maybe about 2 weeks ago, we probably didn't have enough to fill 10 seats in the Cup Series. We've had some people that I do know have came here just because of who is sponsoring. There's people that are running that they want to run with, and I think that shows a lot of how this is going. Getting word that they are ending qualifying, so we should be getting into the race here shortly. So we will take a break till we can get in, see who wins the pole, and once we can do that, we will have the race action here on Worldwide Racing League. Alright, just getting word here. I think Jay Burr is going to be on the pole for the Daytona 500. I believe he ran a 44 flat. That is a blazing time for Daytona. Obviously, he definitely had some help. So, it sounds like we will be getting invites here. Obviously, they're going to get into the race before we get in so we can actually spectate it and not be racing. So, we will be waiting for that here shortly. Alright, it looks like we can join the race now. So, Steve, if you have an invite, you can join now, I heard.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And it sounds like they're going to be green, so once we can get in here, we'll be a little late to the party. That'll be alright, so we'll get up towards the front and we'll be looking. And that is the Daytona 500 Coliseum. We are now looking, we got a huge wreck already off the bat. We're looking at Jade Bird in the back. It looks like they're all doing alright. Maybe just a little bit of lag from a couple of people. So that might not be a huge wreck, but definitely some people. And we're gonna take a little break. It looks like somebody is lagging. But up front right now is Jade Bird leading the 43 car and the 42 car. Once I can let someone know that they are lagging, we will let you know who they are. But right now, Jade Bird is leading the field at Daytona, has led the first lap of 100. Alright, and coming through this race, we will come here. It is the 53 of Jade Bird, the 43 of Connor McLerney. I don't know what his name, but I'll just call him Connor. And then behind him, we have the 42 of Roger Jumper. He is in that 42 car. Behind him, looks like we have... Let's see if we can go find him. Looks like it is Cheese, the number 3 of Ethan Bergloff. He is running in the 4th position, I believe. He's in this middle of this pack. On the high line back here, we got the 22 of the Future car, along with the 48 of Alex Van Evie. So we're just going to sit on this 3 car watching. We got Jarrett Reese in the 5th spot, looking through at this back. And we're gonna try to let someone know. Alright, we had to let somebody know that they are still lagging. We're trying to get them out of the race so we can have a great race for you guys here today. Don't want anything to mess it up for you guys. We got some action up in the front. The 12 car of Brandon Bergloff. He's trying to get around this 3 car of his brother Ethan. Definitely a brotherly rivalry there. Just trying to see what they can do. You got a good line of cars coming down the backstretch right now. It looks like we got an upper line trying to form with the 3 car of Ethan Bergloff trying to start it, but he gets left out to dry by Jarrett Reese. In that 47, we got Rick Finney. He is trying to have a good race. I think he is definitely someone to watch in this race. He could definitely get into the front and pull away, maybe just get something working here. There's the 18 of Charlie Irwin trying to make some moves. We'll get towards the middle of the pack here. We'll be watching now Jarrett Reese. He's getting a little moving around. It looks like the 42 is kind of holding up the field. Roger Jumper there. I think they're trying to get around him because it looks like he's not doing well. I think Jarrett Reese just got shoved out of line there just of what was going on. And it looks like the 42 finally just gets moved Roger Jumper into the outside wall looking for a place to come down. It looks like he's probably going to lose the draft here. He might be able to catch the end, but he might be mired back in the pack. And it looks like we do have some action forming again up front with teammates, the 12 of Brandon Burkhoff and the number 2 of Perks. Perks, a new driver of the season. He's trying to capitalize on his performance last night, won the Busch race here at Daytona. He's definitely somebody to watch. He's definitely somebody that can challenge Jade being up front. He definitely has very similar driving styles that Jade does. 47 of Rick Finney trying to get something, and we got a wreck again. I'm hearing that we had a little bit of a lag spike from somebody, but it looks like we got, and the 47 gets put into the wall. We're going to come up here. The 47 is hung out to dry. He's going to be falling back even more. There he goes. He's going to have somebody behind him, the 22 of Future, but I don't think that's going to be any help there. The 43 of Connor still riding in second. I think Connor's definitely going to be pushing Jade for a good majority of this first stage. I don't see them breaking away. They usually work really well together. We got the number 2 of Perks trying to make a move. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything without any help. That is Keith Ayers in the 1 car. Definitely somebody. And we got trouble in the back. The 24 of... Let's see. The 24 of Matt Martin hit the wall hard. I don't think that's going to bring out a caution, though, so they're going to keep going green here. We got the 53 of Jade Bird, the 43 of Connor, the 12. Let's see, the 12 of Brandon Burkhoff. We got Jarrett Reese and then Ethan Bergloff in the top 5. Anthony Camarada in the 6th position, trying to just hold that inside line, trying to make something happen. You got the 96 of Mercy trying to make something happen on the high line. He's going to go 3 wide in the middle. I think he got back down in time. Back in the back of this pack, you got the 47 of Rick Finney. He was able to hold on to this draft as other people are falling back behind. As you can see in the back, you got the 40 or the 1 car of Keith Ayers. I think he lost the draft, so that's going to leave this front, I think, about 5, 6, 7 drivers all leading this race. We'll go back here and watch the 42 of Roger Jumper, and he's in a pack with the 48. The 48 of Alex Van Heavey and the 22 of Future. These 3 kind of just riding in the back, trying to catch this group in front of them. Maybe they can try to catch up to that lead pack, but I don't think that's going to happen. This is the back of the pack. They got 1 driver behind them, which I think is last place for right now. So that's definitely going to widen this field out. We'll go through the field. We got the 4 of Anthony Trippi here. He's pushing the 18 of Charlie Irwin. I don't think they are trying to do much. I think they're just trying to ride it out right now. No reason for them to be up front. We'll get through. There is Rick Finney. It looks like he has moved up to the 4th position. The 5th position, I believe, actually. He's behind Tony Camarada. He's behind the 96 of Mercy. Mercy somehow up to 3rd place right now. He's making that work. It looks like Jade Burr and Connor has swapped positions in the 1-2 spots. So that is definitely something interesting to be watching. Maybe they're just having some little gamemanship. Maybe Jade just wanted to be a blocker. So we're going to come back to this front pack. This is the number 12 of Brandon Bergloff. I think we're coming to 19 to go in the stage. That's definitely a long way to go in this first stage. They're definitely going to have to pit once, maybe twice in the stage. We'll see if somebody can stretch it out right now. But it's hearing like there's going to be pit stops in about 2 laps, something like that. Definitely something that we're going to want to watch, because coming onto pit road, is going to be a little chaotic. We're going to have to see if they can all get onto pit road clean without running into each other. I know that was a big thing in the last stage last night where we had a couple of drivers who were running up front speeding. The winner, actually, Perks, he ended up having to fall back, and then lucky enough he got a late race restart, got him back up into the mix, won the race after having a speeding penalty. So the speeding penalty isn't the end of the world, but something definitely you don't want for the end of the stage. Hearing that they are about down 2 laps till they have to pit, we are now going to watch Mercy, a hot seat driver in this series right now. He is up there as well with, I don't think, none of the other hot seats. So he's in the running with all these veterans right now, all trying to stick together. All this front 8. Looks like there's another pack of 8 behind them. It's just going to come down to who can get off of pit road here soon together. And as I'm hearing through race chatter, it looks like there's might be possibly 2 stops in the stage. So that's going to be definitely interesting. That's going to be 2 opportunities for these people to make mistakes. And that's definitely something that is going to be kind of interesting. And hearing now, we're going to have some pit stops coming up. We're going to stay on this front pack. We're going to move to the front, though. We're going to be watching the 53 of Jade Bird. This is the sponsor car for Mike Sr. So here they come. They're pulling away from that pack, too. Him and Connor, they're able to pull away down the backstretch. It just seems like they're more organized together than the other guys. But here we come. They're going to be making some pit stops. Here they come. They're all diving down. And we got some people who stay out. So it looks like we got Jade Bird. We got the 24 of Matt Martin. Or no, that is the 3 of Ethan Berghoff. We got the 43 of Connor. Let's see. Can we also look back here? I think Jardy also pit. Jarrett Reese. Let's see. We also got the 2 of Perks, the 48 of Alex Van Evie. I think they were in the second pack. There's Jardy. There's the 42 of Roger Jumper. This is good. This is back of the pack. We're gonna go back up to the front here. Looks like we have the 47 of Rick Finney. They're gonna be coming down to pit this time, I believe. Rick Finney, maybe no. You got 3 drivers staying out. Rick Finney, Anthony Camarada in the 12 of Perks. I think this is your lead pack. They're lapping that group right there. That's how far ahead they are. That's how organized they're able to be. We can see how far they get, but this is right now the leader, I believe. I will check in on that just to make sure real quick. So got confirmation this 47 car is in the lead, and I'm hearing that they're going to be pitting. Yes, the 47 of Rick Finney, the 12 of Brandon Burkhoff, and the 93 or the 95 of Anthony Camarada. These 3, they were able to stretch it a little bit. I'm kind of interested to see if they can't stretch it on a one-stop strategy. There's rumors that it's going to be 2, and if they can stretch it on 1, that's going to be a big advantage. That's going to mean that they don't have to go as long, and even then, they might be able to take fuel only if they do have to pit. So we will have to see. We're watching Rick Finney, who is the leader coming on to pit road. We'll have to see if he can keep the lead coming off. It looks like he's not going to be able to, so we're going to switch to Tony Camarada here. He will have the lead. We'll have to see if anybody can catch this group. So they are taking 15 to go right now. So it's going to be close for these guys who just pitted to see if they can't stretch it out right now. So right now we got Anthony Camarada in the lead, but it looks you got that freight train coming on the outside of Connor Van Evie. You have the 96 of Mercy. They're going to go around the outside, take over the race. They're going to take control. And I don't know, these people might not be fast enough. Tony might be able to stick with this pack. I don't know if the 12 is going to have enough. I think the 12 of Brendan Burkhoff, he's going to lose the draft along with Rick Finney. So that's going to be a huge blow for their stage 1. They might be able to stick together to earn some stage points, but this is going to be hard for them to try to keep up. I don't think they're close enough. They might be able to catch up, but I don't know. They might be in the draft. Doesn't look like they're falling back as fast, but we'll have to see if they can keep it. Definitely this 3 car of the 3 of Bergloff, he's definitely going to help out a little bit, having to pop out there, but we'll have to see. We'll watch here with Mercy. Mercy definitely kind of holding up the field here. We got Anthony Camarada hitting the wall. He's going to fall back. He's going to lose any shot at winning the stage. Definitely an interesting strategy there. I don't think he's going to keep the draft though, so that's going to drop him out of the race for this first stage win. You got Mercy Smoke here in second, moving around a little bit. I don't know if he's just trying to scare Connor here. He's on the apron, but Connor, I still can't say his last name, so he's still Connor to me. So there they go. You got the 12 and the 47. Let's see. Brendan Burkhoff, Rick Finney, and there's a huge wreck. Oh, wow. That is going to cause a caution, no doubt.
For sure a caution there.
I'm hearing that somebody has hit the bump going into turn 3. There's a glitch there where if you hit it just right, it'll turn the car around. It'll cause a wreck. I think that's just what happened there. Unfortunately, we can't go to replay, but we're going to see. There's definitely going to be some pit stops to make the end of the stage. We might be able to see somebody who might gamble, try to make it on fuel. So as we run this caution out, that was a pretty good clean run. If it wasn't for the track glitch, they probably were going to run green to the end. Definitely a good shot for some of these people to save fuel that came in a couple laps later than the leader group, the 20 or the 12 of Bergloff and the 47 of Rick Finney. Definitely were very in control of this race. We will now go back to racing here with thank you. Alright, so we come to the line, 9 laps to go in the stage. Definitely everybody's going to be able to make it. You have the 43 of Connor getting pushed by Jade Bird. Definitely a power duo to try to make this. We already got somebody in the wall. It's going to stack up the high line. The 47 of Rick Finney, the 48 of Alex Van Evie. They're going to be mired to the back of the field. I think they'll be able to hold on to this draft though. Up front, you have Jade Bird, or Connor Jade Bird. You're going to have the 2 of Perks, then the 39 of Jarrett Reese, the 4 of Anthony Trippi. Anthony Trippi going to slide down in front of Charlie Irwin and Anthony Camarada. But up front, it is Connor leading the race in the 43 DoorDash car, coming to 8 to go right now. You got Perks pushing Jay Bird. Definitely you want to watch Perks. Like I said, he ran the table yesterday in the Cups or in the Busch Series. Definitely somebody you can watch. Him and Jade Bird probably know how to get around this 43 car if they have to. You have this high line of Anthony Trippi, Charlie Irwin, and Anthony Camarada going high. Jay Bird trying to catch their draft. Will they be able to make it work? They're all getting swirly. They're about 3 wide. Stranded goes low, hangs Jade out to dry. What a move. And he goes back up. He's going to get left out to dry as well. Jarrett Reese giving him a bit of his medicine right there. So that's definitely going to hurt Stranded trying to do that. It's going to put him in a spot where he did something and then somebody did it right back. So it's going to hurt him a lot more than he hurt Jade, I think. Once Jade can get down, they're all going to just steamroll him on the outside. There's no chance. Looks like Connor up here trying to fall back. It's going to give Perks the lead. I don't know if that's a good idea. Perks was really good at trying to stay high. Looks like Connor falling back more and more. He's going to go all the way to the back from first to last place. What a drop. We got the 12 car in the wall, and is that going to cause a wreck? It doesn't look like it, but this is definitely going to mire them back further back in the field. We got Jared Reese here in second place behind the two of Perks. You got Anthony Camarada Mercy in that fourth position, and Keith Ayers out of nowhere in fifth place in the stage right now. We'll check how many laps are to go to see if we can't make sure we get the end of the stage correct. Looks like Jarrett Reese is going to get hung out to dry. That's going to send him to the back. We're at 5 to go in this first stage. You still got the two of Perks leading the charge, and Jarrett Reese gets put in the wall twice by Jade and Alex Van Evey. Alex Van Evey's going to get the boot as well from the 24 of Matt Martin. That's going to send him back a little bit. Rick Finney's up here as well. He about lost the draft at the start of this stage, but you got two groups forming here. This back group's going to have to line up to try to make sure they stay in line with this group in front of them, or they're not going to have a shot at all at this stage win. But back up front, we're going to watch Stranded here for a little bit. We'll get a view from what he is possibly seeing. As you can tell, you can't really see much. You can see the car in front of you. You can kind of see the cars in front of him, but you're kind of watching that car in front of you, just making sure that you're lined up with him. That's kind of the biggest thing. That's all Anthony Trippy is trying to do, it looks like. I don't think anybody's trying to get out of line right here. We'll take the hood cam, we'll look back. You got Jade Bird pushing him. I believe that's the 3 of Ethan Berghoff. He's definitely going to be paying attention, trying to get something. There goes Jade. And I think they were trying to make a move there, and I think it was just too slow of momentum. But definitely some moves that are trying to happen. They're definitely getting a little crazy up front. So we're going to move to the front. We're going to go to Tony Flyers here. Anthony Camarada. And Keith Allen Ayers, he's going to get shoved up. So is Mercy. It looks like Anthony Trippy just kind of moved them both out of the way there, just trying to get further up to the front. That's definitely something that these two in the front don't want if he's going to be being that aggressive. But I think Perks here, he's doing really good at keeping this field tight, trying to make sure that no runs come out of it. I think that's something that Jade Bird really does well towards the end of the race, but I think it's coming back and kind of getting shoved in Jade Bird's face right now. It's kind of being like Jade Bird trying to keep the field all together to where runs can't really be formed. We're at 2 to go right now, as well as Jade Bird. He's going to get under Anthony Trippy. Gives him a little love tap to the door. That's going to send Anthony Trippy to the back. He might be able to slide in behind the 47 of Rick Finney, who was basically in last place to start this restart. So we're going to have to watch. We're coming to the white flag of stage 1. Who's going to make the move? Who's going to try to go get this stage win out of Perk's hands? You got Anthony Colorado looking high, but you got a line of cars going to the high side. They're going to come back down, though. I don't think they had a room any there. They definitely squeeze Anthony Trippy back there, trying to go low there. You got Charlie Irwin. He is stuck on the high line. He might be able to get a draft if somebody goes up there, but he's pulling himself around really well. I don't think that's going to... Oh, and there goes... They're moving around here. This is going to be a huge race coming to the end. They're 4 wide. They're wrecking. There they go. Is this going to be the end of the stage? They're coming to the line. You got the number 2 of Perks. He is leading Connor towards the line. Connor looking high. Connor looking low. Coming to the first stage win. He's going to go 3 for 3 in the season. Perks wins stage 1. You got Perks, Connor, Tony Camarada. I believe after that you got Jarrett Reese and Anthony Trippy. That is your top 5 in the stage. What a stage finish there. That is what you want. You definitely don't want the wrecking. You don't want any of that, but that was definitely something that we're going to want to see towards the end of the race. We're going to want to see them moving around, trying to make something happen. So that's going to definitely... And this is going to shake up the field, too, all these people that just got damaged.
Right. It was pretty exciting first stage there. A lot of moving and guys trying to find people to work with. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think Jade was trying to make a move there, but I'm hearing chatter about people that are trying to brake check. I'll be honest, I think Perks is up there he's definitely giving this field less room to make any moves. And I think this is all from up front. He's definitely... You had Connor and Jade up front who were driving away from people by themselves. And I think just Perks has been keeping the field just in tow and just keeping them together to where they can't make a move. So that'll definitely be something as we get back to green here. Perks looking low under the 42 of Roger Jumper. I think Roger Jumper and the 43 of Connor, they definitely did something to get up front there. That's going to hold all these drivers too wide. It looks like this outside line is getting a big run right now. That's going to help Connor get to the lead. He's going to go down, leaving that outside line. You got Anthony Camarada. He's going to go for the lead. He has his Toyota teammate of Charlie Irwin, but it looks like everyone's falling down. So that's definitely not going to help them get anywhere up at the top. That's going to put Connor in the lead. The 42 of Roger Jumper, the 2 car of Perks. Then you have the 39 of Jarrett Reese and the 43 of Alex Van Evie. Alex Van Evie been in the back for most of this race, so it's nice to see him getting up towards the front. He's going to get shuffled up. Of course, I start talking about him, and he's going to get shuffled out. He's going to be bouncing in the middle. Definitely not where you want to be. That spot's going to be taken up by Mercy. Again, Mercy is a Busch driver racing in the Cup Series right now, trying to show these Cup drivers, like, hey, I'm here. I should be in the Cup Series. He's trying to prove himself. He is the point leader in Busch after yesterday's race. Definitely Mercy trying to show that he's a force to be reckoned with in this series. And I think he just lagged. That's going to cause a huge wreck. You have the 12 going down to the thing, and I think we're going to have a caution here. But definitely the Mercy there definitely did lag. That kind of just stumped him up, and I just think that's so. But that was just hearing that just on the race. It looks like somebody just stopped, and it's definitely just kind of one of those freak accidents, I guess. Not anything you could do. You got Connor up here. He's going to be leading the field, presumably, I think, at the start of the stage. Or not the start of the stage, but on this restart. So we are back double wide. Connor's going to be leading them to the field with Roger Jumper on his outside. Jarrett Reese on the bottom. Rick Finney, then Jade Bird in 5th. We got 24 laps to go. Definitely room for a one-stop stage now for the rest of the stage. This inside line looks way more organized than they were in the last restart. You got Roger Jumper trying to lead the high line, but I just think he's not going to be able to do anything. I don't think he has. And we got a wreck in the back. Alex Van Evie having more bad luck. Just he can't catch a break in this race. I think that's just very tough for him. He was running in 5th place. He got shuffled out. And we're going to have word here that we're going to have an ejection for lag in this race. It's unfortunate that it comes down to this, but unfortunately we want to have a clean race, so we're going to get this handled. we will get back to the action here. We got Connor and Perks in the two lines here, trying to race side by side. I think this is definitely becoming a good race. Rick Finney and Perks definitely being able to hold the outside line, but I just think they don't have enough cars up there to be able to do much. So that's just going to have them fall back to the back. You got Charlie Irwin up in the front. This is the first time seeing him up here. He has Anthony Colorado back there with Perks in the top 5. Definitely a good line of cars up in this top 5 that are probably just going to ride it out till pit stops at least, I would think. But definitely you never know what these people behind them are going to want to do. You got the 12 of Brandon Burkhoff. He's definitely looking to try to make something happen, I would think. And it looks like Connor's going to get shuffled out. That's going to put him towards the back. Jade Bird is going to take the lead. That's just going to pull everybody up a spot as this inside line is just going to freight train them. This track is kind of just like Martinsville, but it looks like they're going to leave Jade Bird out to dry. They did not like that move from Jade Bird. Charlie Irwin's going to go to the lead. But it doesn't look like he's going to have enough help. He might have to slide down if he has some room. It doesn't look like he does. Jade Bird's going to power back on the inside with Perks behind him. Those are two strong cars that could be able to run this race if they stay together. You got some relay in the back of the field there. It looks like you're going to get it all sorted out though. But Jade Bird's going to keep the lead with Perks, going to move up to second. Brandon Burkhoff to third. The 1 of Keith Ayers and the 43 of Connor. Connor definitely keeping that inside line, trying to make his way back up to the front. You got Mercy back there, who was also mired to the back a little bit earlier. Looks like Perk is trying to get a little gap, maybe just finding something, and Perk is going to go under. Jade left the inside open. Perk is going to go to the lead. Can he go 4-4 this week? If Perk can go 4-4 in the Daytona week, if he can just go perfect, what a story that would be. What a storyline. That would just be showing and just sticking a finger to everybody in this league, just being like, hey, I'm here. Something that nobody expected. I don't think anybody expected anybody to come into this week and be able to put on a dominating performance that Perk has. Perk has just absolutely dominated so far this week. And I think it might be just, it's definitely frustrating me knowing that he's running these races, but it's like, he's showing his stuff this week, and it's showing how good he can be. So that's definitely somebody I'm excited to watch for the rest of the season if this is the performance we're going to see from him. We got some movement in the back there. The 42 of Roger Jumper moving around a little bit. That's going to cause a little bit of uneasiness in the back there. And we're getting word that we're going to have to let somebody know about a lag, so we'll take a small break. Alright, and we are back, and look, we're hearing though, they're coming to Looks like they're coming to 15 to go. I'm hearing it's about 4 or 5 laps till they have to pit. They might be pitting soon to try to get something different going on. They might be able to pit early and try to skip the field. We'll cycle through the drivers here. We got Keith Ayers in the 1 car sitting in the 4th position. Charlie Erdwin looks like he's sitting in about the 7th, 8th position in this group. You got, let's go check the list here to see who's in the 24. Yeah, Matt Martin. He's just kind of riding around behind this pack, keeping the draft. Nothing big that he really has to do. You got the 12 of Brendan Burkhoff. He is holding up in 2nd place. Get through the field here. You got Anthony Camarada, who fell back with the 3 car of Ethan Berghoff. There's the future, and we're hearing that the 4 car is still not off the track. He's probably gonna get DQ'd out of the race. We're gonna come to the front. As I'm hearing this time, there are gonna be some pit stops coming to 13 to go. We're gonna watch Mercy here coming onto pit road just to see what this driver can do. Coming down the backstretch, you got the 2 of Perks, the 12 of Berghoff, the 43 of Jay Bird, 1 of Keith Ayers, and the 96 of Mercy. Pit stops coming here. We're gonna see how well these guys can get on the pit road. Can we avoid any big wrecks? You got the 12 staying out. You got the 18, the 47. You got people staying out trying to stretch it. You got pit road as a busy place right now. You got a bunch of cars on pit road. We're gonna go to the front though, just to make sure we keep it on the leaders for this run. Nope. And here we are. You got Charlie Irwin in the front. It looks like he was able to get around the 47 Rick Finney. I don't know if that person up there is the leader or not. I don't believe so. I believe that is the 48. They are not a factor in this race right now. So you got the 2 leaders here of Charlie Irwin and the 47 of Rick Finney. When do they pit? When do they make their move? It looks like they're pitting right now. Here comes the 2 leaders to pit road. They're going to have Anthony Camarada, who was in 3rd place, coming in as well. We're going to try to cycle into Dash for Cash here. That throwback scheme of Kyle Busch, I think that's a throwback to Elliott Sadler. And hearing that we have a wreck in the back, we'll go try to see what's going on there. There's Mercy Smoke. I think this is the lead pack right here. There might be somebody in front of them, the 12 of Berghoff. I think he had some strategy play there. We'll be watching Jade Bird. I think these guys are going to be racing for 2nd coming around here. Definitely be watching. There's Anthony Colorado. They're passing him for position. You got Jardy leading this pack. You got Jardy, Jared Reese, Connor, Jade Bird, Mercy, and then Keith Ayers. This group of 5 definitely going to be the people to beat. They're coming up on Dash and Rick Finney. They're gonna go high. They're gonna go 3 wide here. That was definitely a risky move by Rick Finney to try to get in front there. And he door slams Keith, maybe trying to slow him down, trying to make sure they can keep the draft. And they're still chasing the 12 of Berghoff. We'll get to this 12 car here. This is your leader right here. He had some strategy. And I'm hearing... Alright, back up to the front. This pack has caught the 12 of Bergloff. Jardy's going to go to lead. Jarrett Reese, but Mercy Smoke on the high side, looking for a way to the front. Is a Busch driver going to be able to steal the stage win? That's going to be a huge story if a Busch driver can just come here and win a stage. That's a huge accomplishment to me. But it looks like this inside line is going to get the momentum. Jarrett Reese to the point. He's going to have Bergloff and Rick Finney and Charlie Irwin on the bottom leading the way. You got a group of 7 cars up here. Jade Bird is left alone. We are at 9 to go, under 10 to go in this stage. This is going to be an exciting finish, I believe, with these 7 drivers up at the front. We will stick on this pack for a little bit while we're counting down the laps, so let's just run through the drivers. You got Anthony Camarada. He's definitely far behind. He's about half a straightaway behind the lead pack. You got Future. He's in turn 1. He's definitely not a factor right now. Mercy is trying to stick with this pack. They're coming to 8 to go now. You got Boz here. He's behind this big pack. Alex Van Evie just trying to hold on with this 3 car of Ethan Bergloff, just trying to keep us going. And I actually think Alex Van Evie is a lap down, so that's going to put him in the back. I think he's just trying to keep up right now, trying to keep his lucky dog spot. There's Jade Bird all by himself. Definitely a lonely spot to be right now. Definitely nowhere you want to be at this track, but he's going to get some help here soon. There's Perks. I think he might have been speeding. He was up in that lead pack. It looks like he's definitely far behind that lead pack. Back to the front, you got Connor, who is in the lead, coming to 7 to go. They're definitely just holding on. Rick Finney trying to make something happen. He's down on the double yellow line. I don't know if that's going to fly. He's just going to fall back. It looks like Jardy is in the lead, actually, not Connor. So sorry about that, but Jarrett Reese, he's going to be holding the lead over Rick Finney. You got Connor in 3rd, Mercy in 4th, Keith Allen Ayers in 5th. We'll keep going through the field here. There's Jardy. You got the 42 of Roger Jumpers running in the back. Anthony Trippy, he had to pit. He was in the lead for a little bit, but he is now in the back as well. Back to the front, we're at Rick Finney. They're coming to 6 to go in the stage. Keith Ayers in the 1 car. You got Charlie Irwin. Looks like they're catching the 24 of Matt Martin, the teacher Matt Martin. That's going to put Alex Van Evie in a weird spot just because that's going to be the lucky dog spot. And we'll stick with Matt Martin here. He's not the leader, but the leaders are catching him, so this might be just a good shot to show you how fast these guys are catching him. We'll just look back here. That's the lead pack behind Matt Martin. He's going to stay high, allow these drivers that are racing for the stage win to 5 to go. That's going to be helpful so they can stay low, so they don't have any issues. You got Bergloff back there, maybe trying to use the draft, trying to get some extra positions. I don't know if that's going to help him without anybody behind him. It might put him back further. We'll have to see. There go the leaders past the 24 car. That's going to put him a lap down. Bergloff up to 4th place, making some moves. He's side drafting pretty well here, but I don't think that's going to do much here. And we will go back to the front. We're going to cycle around to the leader here real quick. You got Jerry Reese, who is in the lead. I believe they're coming to 4 to go in stage 2. Jerry Reese leading the pack down. Rick Finney, Connor, Mercy, Keith Ayers, and I believe, which Bergloff is it? It's going to be Brandon Bergloff in the 6th position. Charlie Irwin running in the 7th position. This pack of 7 trying to make something happen, coming down to the wire. Looks like Rick Finney trying to get a run formulated here with the 43 of Connor. It looks like they're definitely laying back. I believe they are coming to 3 to go. We'll check with their in-race. Alright, we are down to 3 to go. This is definitely picking up. So just looking at this front pack, they're definitely staying in line. Coming to 2 to go, no reason, but it looks like they're definitely trying to formulate a run. Trying to maybe just learn what they need to do coming to the stage end, trying to get more points. It's 1 point per position for every position in the top 10, so definitely could be the difference coming down later in the season if you need the points. Somebody that I am kind of disappointed that isn't up here because I think they would be able to do something. Perks, he's mired back in the field. Definitely nothing that you want to see, but that might just be able to open the door for a different stage winner of the week. Jarrett Reese holding on to the lead. They're going to be coming to the white flag in stage 2 here shortly. Again, Jarrett Reese, this is something that Perks has able to perfect. Perks has kept his back bumper to the front bumper of the person behind him. Jarrett Reese is getting a little bit of a gap between them. That's going to hurt him down in the backstretch when they can be able to pass him. Definitely Rick Finney in a great spot to come down the backstretch and just take the first spot. We'll have to see what happens. We're on the white flag. You got Brandon Burkloff trying to make something happen, but it doesn't look like there's people. Looks like Rick Finney tried to go high. He's going to get shuffled out. Connor's going to go to second. Can Jarrett Reese hold on for the stage win? They're going to have a huge run coming at him here shortly. There goes Brandon Burkloff again to the outside. No one's moving up. Mercy looking for something to go to. He's going to stay there. Does Connor make a move? He's going to stay behind him. Jarrett Reese. He's going to come to the line. Jarrett Reese is going to win stage 2. Connor in second. Mercy in third. Keith Allen Ayers in fourth. And I believe Charlie Irwin is going to get the 5th spot. You got Brandon Burkhoff in 6th place. We'll see if we can't get through here to try to get the rest. I think Rick Finney's going to finish in 7th. Jade Bird in 8th. And then I believe with the 48 and the 24 lap down, the 3 car is going to take the 8th spot, and then after that, I have no clue, the 9th and 10th. But now we got the final stage coming up. This is definitely going to be the stage to watch. This is for the win, for the prestigious Daytona 500, the first race of Season 2. Definitely going to be a fun one. We'll kick it over here to Steve real quick. Just looking at the race, who do you think is the favorite coming into this last stage?
You know, to be honest with you, I think the Mercy has a pretty good shot at winning this race, to be honest with you. He's just been up front, he's been real smooth all night. That's my pick.
I definitely can see Mercy being somebody to force with. I'm definitely going to stick with Perks and Jade. I think those two, if they can get to the front, they're definitely going to make something happen. We're going to have 33 laps to go till the end of the stage, till the end of the race. This is definitely going to be the one to watch, the race to start this season off. We're already getting dicey to start this second stage. Up front, you're going to have Jarrett Reese Mercy coming into second already. That's definitely good for him to just sit there and learn. He has Keith Ayers sitting behind him. Then Connor's going to come down in front of Jade Bird. This inside line forming already. It hasn't even been a lap. They're coming down to about 32 to go. Jarrett Reese holding on to the lead. This is definitely going to be a fun race to watch. Like I keep saying, folks, this is just, it's been good so far. You have had multiple people out front, multiple people trying different things. I think we're coming to the end here where there's going to be something that happens. There's going to be a special moment for a few people. It's just going to be a matter of who's in the right spot at the right time. So we're just going to have to see. Coming down to this last stage, we'll just get into some statistics here. they're most likely going to have to pit twice. They'll probably try to split us up. If they have any cautions, it might make it different. So we'll have to just see what happens. I do know yesterday in the race, our last caution came with 2 to go. Now the caution is unknown for why, but it came down in the last 5 laps, and I think there's going to be a good shot that we might see a caution here. I think we've already had at least 2, 1 in each stage so far, so it wouldn't be surprising if there's just one that gets put out there just with a spin or 2 coming into this last stage. But hopefully we can go green and just let these guys run it out, see what they can do. Got Anthony Camarada, he shoves out Keith Ayers in the 3rd position, so Anthony Camarada, he's going to go to 3rd place. He's going to also shove out Mercy. That's going to be very hurtful. Mercy tried to get down. Cheese, the 3 of Ethan Berghoff just kind of took him out. I think Mercy was trying to find a hole that wasn't there. So this is just kind of one of those racing deals, I think. So just not much to do there. I'm sure Mercy will find his way back up to the front, though. You got Perks and Jade Bird. They're lined up on that inside line in 4th and 5th. I'm telling you right now, those 2 are going to be the ones to watch coming to the end, I feel. Those 2 have very strong cars, know how to race on this track. They both have very impressive wins at this racetrack, being able to control the field around them and being able to figure out where they need to go. You got Rick Finney sitting there in 6th place. I think you got the 48 of Alex Van Eve. I believe he is back on the lead lap. He might not be, depending on if the 24 got it, but if he gets the win here and he can somehow get up to the front, that would be an amazing story after being in the back most of this race. Connor's going to get shuffled out again. I think he was in about 7th place, but everyone's going to go by him on the inside. I think it's a little too early for anybody to go up there. He might have just got shoved up there, though. We'll stick to the front. We'll change cameras here. This is the view up front. This is just an amazing view. This track is just one of the kind of the most beautiful track in NASCAR, I believe. It's just kind of the prestige it has and just the aura that it gives to all the drivers. It's just one of those tracks that you come to it and you just want to race on it. You want to win it. It looks like we got a change for the lead. Anthony Camarada is going to get Jarrett Reese out of the lead here. So we'll stick on Jardy here just as everybody goes by. We'll switch up closer to the front here soon. Looks like Jade Bird's also going to get shoved up a little bit as everybody's going to go under him. So they're going to fall back further to the back. Jarrett Reese finds a hole to sit in. That's going to be about 8th place in the line. He might be in 7th depending on if Alex Van Evie is on the lead lap or not. We'll cycle through here. You got Anthony Trippi. He's up in the front as well. Nice to see that he might have got his lag fixed. Anthony Camarada, he got shoved out. Perks back in the lead. We're going to shuffle to Perks just because I think he might be able to just stand up here and just let these guys push him around. You got Rick Finney, who is definitely an aggressive. He's not super aggressive, but he definitely does not want to sit in second. Rick Finney definitely wants to go see if he can't get to the lead. You got Anthony Camarada, who has shown he's been aggressive this race. He might be trying to look to get back to the front. Looks like you got some action going on in the back. Matt Martin, he's going to get shuffled out in front of the 3 car of Ethan Berghoff. Somebody that I'm watching at the end of this line, Charlie Irwin. I don't know if he's trying to save fuel, maybe to try to make this a long lap. Still up at the front. You got Perks leading this race in front of Rick Finney. Those 2 are kind of pulling away right now. They're kind of showing this group behind them what they can do if you're lined up bumper to bumper. You got the 48 of Alex Van Evie in that 3rd position in the line. I don't know if he's in 3rd in the race, but we'll actually try to get word from officials to see where he is real quick. I'm just confirming with us now, the 48 is on the lead lap, so that's third place. Definitely something that is good for him. He has had bad luck this race. Alex Van Evey has been mired to last place most of this race. Now he's in third. And again, I start talking about him. He about got shuffled out. And he just stopped talking about him. I'm jinxing him right now. And it's kind of, I feel a little bit bad. But he's definitely, he's showing that he shouldn't have been in the last or in last place these last two stage endings.
Yeah,
so definitely.
Got a couple bad breaks there.
Yeah. But I'm happy that he's up there showing that he deserves to be up there and can run with these people up here, run with these other drivers. Perks, he's getting a little bit out there, something that I haven't seen from Perks lately that he has been able to keep. He had a little commotion there in the back. Looks like Keith is going to get out of line. He's back in line, has to stall out a couple of drivers, but he'll be able to stay in the draft. You got Rick Finney. It looks like he was trying to look, but Perks, like I said, Perks is really good at keeping these people behind him, keeping all these drivers at bay. So it's going to be definitely tough to see if he can keep it. It might end up being like yesterday. You got Matt Martin, and Matt Martin's in the wall. He was trying to make something happen. It looks like there was an issue back there, and it looks like they're wrecking as well. Yeah, there's Matt Martin. It looks like we're going to have, and we are confirmed. We got a caution. It looks like Matt Martin just bounced off the 18 there. He got Mercy Smoke. A lot of damage on his car. That's definitely going to be a little bit long to repair for him. Definitely a tough break for Mercy right now. You got the front pack. You got Secure the Perks leading the race. We'll take a break to just check in with a driver real quick to just see how the race is going. And we're going to be coming back green here. We will go back to the front with Perks. Secure the Perks. He's going to be leading the 48. Alex Van Even getting a great start, but he's going to have no help. So that's going to make him fall back just a little bit. We're at 19 to go. So definitely a one-stop race. We could see something similar to yesterday where we had a group of drivers short pit the stage just to get enough fuel. And it was proving to be the strategy to beat until a late race caution. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we get down into 5 to go and there's a caution to come out that might stack the field up with the closing laps. But Secure the Perks back out front again with Rick Finney behind him, Jarrett Reese behind him. You got Connor in the 43 car, and the 4th, Anthony Trippi leading that inside line. That's going to be your top 5 once they can get past that outside line. Alex Van Evey restarted in second, and that's the power of this inside line, how good it is once everyone gets down there. Definitely nothing Alex Van Evey could do having to restart up there with everybody just being able to line up really well. Hearing some talks that people might be trying to save fuel. I'm going to guess they're going to have to save 3 laps of fuel, but it's going to take a lot to save if somebody wants to. So I don't expect anybody to win saving fuel. We might be able to see some no fuel strategies. But if you're going to do that, you're going to want some friends. Definitely going to need the draft or you're not going to win this race. You got Secure the Perks still leading right now in front of Rick Finney and Jarrett Reese. You got Connor in the 43 and Anthony Camarada back up to the top 5. Definitely trying to make something happen. You got Anthony Trippi up on the top and Ethan Bergloff. And it looks like we got Ethan Berglock is probably going to have to go to the back for some lag. He's going to fall down in line though in front of the 48 of Alex Van Evey, I believe, or the 53 of Jay Bird. Instead, looks like Alex Van Evey is up on the high line. He's going to be dropping to the back. That's unfortunate for him right now, but he should be able to keep the draft. Back up front, you still have Perks towing this track or towing this group around. go through the field here, show you some more of the cars where they're at. You got Jardy here running in third, Jared Reese. You got back in the back, Roger Jumper. He's leading this pack. I don't know if they're close enough to the people in front of them. Yeah, they're definitely way out of the draft right now. So that's going to take them out of this race without any caution for sure. Keith Ayers is in this pack as well, along with Anthony Trippi. You got the 47 Rick Finney up in second place. Keith Ayers trying to make something happen in the back. Charlie Irwin, he's been in the back of a lot of these lead packs. I think just letting things happen, and I think he's just not forcing the issue. That's going to be something interesting to watch to see if he turns it on towards the end of this race. There was Matt Martin. You got some people up in the front, the Berloffs, trying to make something happen on the Highland. Actually, the 22 of Future. We'll move forward. We got Anthony Camarada sitting in the 5th spot in front of Jay Bird. You got Mercy up there in 6th place as well. That's going to definitely put some extra oomph into that bottom line. And we're going to be in this pit window here, so anytime we could be seeing some pit stops happening. Looks like we got Perks trying to hold on to the high line, maybe going to the back. Or maybe he's just trying to break the draft a little bit, who knows. But Perks definitely just holding this field at bay, just doing what he has to do to stay up front. Rick Finney maybe just being a little bit patient, maybe just letting there be some room between them. There's definitely no reason to push the issue. This is definitely just not gonna win. You got Rick Finney making a huge run at him, but I think it's just gonna not matter here. They're just gonna stay in line. Definitely one thing I'm seeing is these guys, they're catching Perks at the wrong time where it's stacking everybody up going into the corner. It's making it hard for these guys to keep a hold of their cars going in, and it's kind of messing with some of these people. Looking at this also, we're going to go to the second pack here. These guys are catching this lead pack. They're being able to come back to the front here, and that is definitely going to be something to watch. You're going to be adding more cars right before the pit sequences happen, and they're going to have a huge run. Oh, and there's going to be a wreck. Keith Ayers into the wall. You're going to have a couple of people also running around. Is this going to bring out a caution? It looks like they are still going green. No caution yet. Still no caution. The officials just must not care in this last stage. We're going to stay green for the rest of the stage. Definitely a heartbreaker for people like Keith Ayers and Anthony Trippick, who were caught up in that. Definitely not the finish that they wanted to see at all. That's definitely nothing you want to see, but unfortunately the race is going to keep going. So we'll go back to the front. Rick Finney sitting in second. He keeps laying off of this 2 car and just getting huge runs on him. I don't know. Rick is definitely just trying to get a run, I think, and if I was somebody behind him, I don't know if I would be getting upset that he's trying to do this, especially it's not close to the end of the race. There's no reason to really get a run, and I think it's just going to hurt him even more, because the more he does that, the more people are going to get impatient with him, and it's going to leave him without any friends towards the end of this race, I feel. We're down to the last 10 laps, 10 to go into the race. We're getting words that we're going to be having some pit stops here soon. We got Keith Ayers on pit road. That's going to end his race most likely. We'll move around this front pack. Anthony Camarada sitting in the middle of this pack. You got Jade Bird in front of him. Connor, Mercy up to 4th. This Bush driver, he might be getting some looks to run some more Cup races here, but he only gets 4 more races after this. We're hearing that we're going to have some cars on pit road the next time. So we'll have to see who's going to come down, who's not going to come down. We're going to stick onto Jade Burr. He's going to be somebody pitching this time, I believe, according to the radio. We're hearing people are maybe thinking about saving, maybe if they're going to pit. We're going to have to see what they're going to do. They're coming around to turn 4 towards the pit road. Who stays out? Who comes down pit road? What is this going to do? Here comes some people. Rick Finney stays out. Jade Bird is going to get wrecked into the wall. I don't think he's going to make pit road. He's not going to be able to get there. He's probably going to have a black flag. He's definitely going to have damage on his car. What a heartbreaker for Jade Bird. He was definitely somebody. And I don't think Jade Bird's going to be able to pit. He's going to have to come back onto the track. That's going to end his race for the win. We're going to have to look at Secure the Perks. Secure the Perks is on pit road, I believe. He's coming off of pit road right now. He's going to be the lead car of that pack. We're going to get up to the lead driver. This is Rick Finney. He's going to be coming down pit road with Anthony Camarada. These two are your leaders. They didn't want to come down. They did this last stage. It kind of worked out. They were able to stick with the lead pack. We'll have to see where they come out. I think they were able to get a clean run down pit road, so that might be able to help them. We'll have to see where they cycle out. Rick Finney is coming down pit road. Gonna take fuel only, it looks like. And Anthony Camarada is gonna come out on front. And here they come off the pit road. Coming around turn 2, I still have not seen this pack coming around to catch him yet. How long will it go? It looks like they're coming up a little bit early, but I think it'll be alright. You got Keith Ayers. I think he's going to be a lap down, though, so I don't think that's going to do anything with him. He might be able to help this pack in front of him. We'll have to see. So Rick Finney is your race leader right now. Keith Ayers trying to get his lap back, possibly. He might be able to tow the 47 around, but it doesn't look like they're going to let him get there. You got Secure the Perks going to the high side, trying to get to the lead. Secure the Perks around the outside with the help of Jarrett Reese and Ethan Bergloff. They're going to go for the lead. Keith Ayers trying to hold the bottom line. I don't think Keith Ayers is on the lead lap. We will check for you real quick. Until then, we're going to switch to the leader of Perks to watch us coming down to the end of this race. And just getting word, we are at 5 to go. This race is coming down to these 6 drivers. We're going to run down the field for you. You got Perks, you got Jarrett Reese, you got Rick Finney, you got Anthony Camarada, you got Ethan Bergloff, and you got the Busch Series driver, Mercy. You have 6 drivers here, all racing for the win in the season opener at Daytona, coming to 4 to go. Secure the Perks, looking to hold these guys at bay behind him. Jarrett Reese on his back bumper. When do we see the first move being made? I don't expect it to be until at least 2 to go. But these guys all are going to be racing hard for it, no doubt. And something that's interesting, I think everybody's just kind of pitting together you've had Rick Finney and Anthony Camarada who have just pitted 1 lap later than people and has still been in this lead pack. They get a huge run trying to go to the outside together. Ethan Bergloff is going to stay low though. Rick Finney about got even with Perks, but he's just not going to have the momentum to keep the speed going. He's going to be falling back to the end of this pack. Ethan Bergloff, Mercy going to pass them both. That's going to shuffle it up just a little bit. Tony Camarada is going to get down to 5th. He's going to get down to the line. That's going to move Rick Finney down to the last spot of this lead pack for the win. And I believe they're coming to 3 to go. I will check again. And I believe this is actually 2 to go. So we got 2 laps to go here at Daytona. You got Perks still in the lead, trying to just hold this pack at bay for the time being. Everyone getting a little bit antsy. Jarrett Reese, Ethan Bergloff, Mercy, all looking to get a win here at the Daytona 500. You got Rick Finney, who is on the outside looking to make a move, but he has no help. He can get up to about the 4th position, but just stalls out without any help. That's just not going to work for him. He's going to have to get some more help. Mercy gives him a little love tap, slows him down a little bit. They're coming to the white flag. The first white flag of the season. Daytona 500 on the line. Secure the Perks in the lead. Jarrett Reese in 2nd place. Jarrett Reese looking under him. Jarrett Reese is under the WL line. He's going to slide up. Ethan Bergloff to the 2nd position. Mercy the 3rd. They're going to wreck behind him. Does this cause a caution? Anthony Camarada around. Rick Finney is also back there. You're going to have Ethan Bergloff. He's going to go to the outside of Perks. They're going to be 2 wide coming into turn 3. This is going to be perfect for Mercy. They're going to be side by side. Can Mercy catch them and try to get them both? They're riding, they're rubbing, they're racing. Secure the Perks, going to get the lead. Can you go 2 for 2 in the Daytona weekend? Secure the Perks into the tri-oval. He's going to win the Daytona 500. Ethan Bergloff in 3rd, and Mercy, the Busch driver, is going to get 3rd place. Wow, what a finish. They were side by side going into turn 3. Definitely didn't have the run, but definitely what a great finish to this race. He had the 3 drivers who were able to stay out of the mess. Perks just taking it to the kids, taking it to everybody, going 2 for 2 on this weekend. Like, you can't help but say that he has definitely proved that he deserves to be in the Cup Series. He knows what he is doing, and all importantly, this locks himself into the playoffs, he has 6 playoff points already. That's going to be huge going into the season. Huge momentum for the Secure the Perks. But now with this race over, we are now going to try to pull in the top 3 and get their thoughts on the race. Can you get the top 3 to get in here? Jade.
I woke up too early one morning last fall. I couldn't hear you breathing, couldn't feel you on my own. And Lord, the room was freezing with the window open wide. I spent the next month sleeping all alone and on your side. It's been a long year and some dark, dark nights. Well, since you threw your ass around the moon and rode it outside, and I could see.
Alright, we're gonna have to get these 3 in here real quick.
I tried to rope the sun, but it just burned my lasso up and said, boy, you gotta let love run. It's been a long year.
Alright, we're gonna get these top 3 drivers. You had Secure the Perks, you had Ethan Bergloff, you had Mercy, all taking the top 3 spots. You have Mercy, who was a Busch driver, definitely an interesting player there. That's going to take a point or two away from some drivers, but he definitely ran a great race. And definitely you got to look at the Secure the Perks guy. He's definitely going to be a force to reckon with. So once we can get him in here, we'll talk about the races. And right now we got Jade Bird. He is joining us. He's going to get these top 3 in here as soon as possible for us to ask some questions.
Hey, dude, I'm
in the booth. You're in the booth.
No, Jade.
You're in the booth.
No. Can I tell you something?
Not right now.
Alright. Tom gets kicked, so you know what.
No.
No, because if he's cussing Keith, I'm
No,
kicking him,
go,
so.
leave. Leave the booth. I will talk to you in a minute.
Definitely some tempers flaring. We'll let them handle that off the stream.
Mercy, you need her.
Yep. And you need cheese.
I can't spell. Secure. Is it SE or SCE?
It's SE.
SC.
SE.
Hold on.
Sorry, the folks watching the stream right now. We're just trying to get these top 3 in here. Try to get their words of the race. Definitely had a great finish there. Definitely some controversy, just a little bit with a few drivers, but I think overall it was definitely a great race.
For sure, exciting to watch.
Those 3 should be added. Mercy, third place finisher, Mercy Spoke, Jacob Williams, waiting for Secure, and Cheese. I don't know if Cheese is going to join. Not, he just needs to chat. Hold on.
We got Mercy
Cheese won't be here.
That's alright, we don't need him on. Let's see,
I don't know if Secure is going to join, so we'll talk to Mercy first.
Alright, well, Mercy, definitely coming into this race. You're a Busch driver, but taking a dip into this Cup Series. Definitely somebody that we didn't expect to be at the front, Mercy. How do you think your performance rates on your performance scale?
Alright. It's a little hard.
Mercy breaking up, buddy.
Yeah. That's probably why for driving. But I think my bad.
I think we're having some technical difficulties there, Mercy. So I do
reset your headset, and we're gonna go secure the perks.
Yeah. But Mercy, you definitely had a great race for being a Busch driver. Definitely showed some of these Cup drivers what some Busch drivers can do. But we'll move over to Secure the Perks, 2 for 2 on the weekend. Didn't win stage 2, but after that, he's won 3 of the 4 stages in the NASCAR series. and he's won both Daytona races. Perks, how do you go from winning the Busch race to winning the Cup race? What did you do to make sure you won this race?
Just made sure that I kept the car clean. You know, I had to make sure not to get involved in wrecks. I had to find my way to the front, because I knew if I found my way to the front, I could most likely control the pack. And you know, whenever I got up there, that's what I did for the most part. And as you mentioned in stage 2, I was in the lead coming into the pits, but I sped by 1 mile per hour.
Yeah, and that's what we suspected. We were kind of surprised when it did cycle out you weren't there, and it's definitely a little blow, but I think 3 out of 4 stages on the week, that's definitely nothing to hang your head about, even if it was just a mile per hour. Definitely coming into the race, I think you were considered a favorite. I think you and Jade were both up there. What do you, with the field, I think something similar I saw was you were able to keep the field on your bumper as much as you can. I know when Rick Finney was behind you, he was playing some games with the field, trying to get a bigger gap between you guys. But were you doing anything to try to make sure that whoever was behind you was right on your bumper?
Yeah, honestly I was. Every time I saw them in my mirror, you know, I was mirror driving a little bit. I saw them letting off, so I was letting off too. I wasn't trying to, you know, let them get that big run on me, and then every time they tried, you know, I let off. They got back up to me. They couldn't do anything. It was messing up the whole field behind them. It was making them all swirly and everything. So, you know, it favored me. And then at the end as well with the 39, I think he tried it, and I was letting off too. And that's what helped me keep the lead as well right there.
I definitely saw that in stage 1 where when you were coming to the end, you kept everybody to a point where they couldn't get any runs, and that was definitely something that I saw from your race, that you were definitely doing really well. That's something that I said in the stream that's something that Jade kind of does when he would race here, and I think it's something that even if Jade didn't win, you still showed things that Jade would do to win a race and to make sure that people can't take advantage of a bunch of big runs just to win the race like that. So definitely a great win from you.
Welcome to the playoffs.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's another thing. You are locked.
I'll take it.
It's race 1, and you're locked into the Cup Series playoffs. Definitely somebody that I'll personally say that I didn't expect you to get a win this early, but it's definitely nice to see that somebody can just step into a league and just absolutely dominate. You dominated this week, and I can definitely say from a fellow racer and somebody that got to watch that race, it's definitely going to be fun to watch you be able to take on these Cup drivers in different racetracks and just see if you can just take it to them week after week.
Oh yeah, it feels good, man. I enjoyed it with these guys in here, man. First race, you know, in the Cup Series, and first dub in the Cup Series, and first time being in the playoffs. First for everything, huh?
First for everything, and the first person to have a win in both series.
I do want to say something to you real quick, Secure. One, welcome to the club.
Thank you.
It's been a very lonely club for a long time. But as what's cool, for me at least, as an owner, like owner of the league, owner of the team, you know, with Mike Sr. coming in this year, I can take more of a backseat of the admin role. And I can literally just pal around with you guys in the races and really see how you all race. And I think that if you want a place to be for a while, this is definitely a place that I would love and allow you to be here.
Thank you.
As of last night, watching you, then today racing with you, watching you, see how you run, how you communicate with everybody, I can definitely say you're a guy that I'm gonna really want to hold on to for a long time. You can really, really make a splash in this league. I don't know if you watched pre-race or not earlier, but we were talking to Jarrett Reese, Jardy. He with winning the truck championship a few weeks ago, he officially passed his one accolade that we have to allow someone to be in the talks of Hall of Fame. So, and I think that if you stick around long enough and you really learn what everyone does, I think you're definitely one of them drivers then a few years from now we could be talking about going to the Hall of Fame.
Love that. I'm glad to stick around. I'll be here for a while.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Congratulations on the win. You know, you did a phenomenal job last night. Phenomenal job today. I can't wait to see you at some 1.5 miles, 2 miles of short tracks. See what really makes you tick as a driver and see what you can do against when it's not all about who's behind you and who's beside you.
Oh, yeah. Just an absolute perfect week from you two. And just, that's definitely something good to see somebody just absolutely dominate, just to show that they can be competitive. So, we'll move on, see if Mercy can't get some words in here. Mercy?
Is it working?
A little bit clearer now.
Y'all have a good night.
You too, buddy. Congratulations.
Good job.
Thank you.
So Mercy, you finished third in this race. Definitely at the end, you were in 6th place. You worked your way up to 4th, and then just at the end, when the seas parted, you were able to get to 3rd place. I thought you were gonna be able to get a run when they were side by side. Were you just not able to get a big run to be able to run for the lead there?
Yeah, I think I was just about 100 feet too far back. If I had been maybe 200 feet from them, I definitely could have gotten the run. I don't know if I would have gotten the win because that yellow line rule. It is what it is, and it didn't help with Tony not helping me out.
Yeah.
Driving for him today. I mean, I think that he'd help me out a little more during the race. I did mess him up once, so maybe it's just a little bit payback. But I definitely don't think I'll be driving for him again. And that's it.
Yeah, that ending was a little chaotic for you, but you still were able to work your way up to 3rd place. Definitely a strong showing for the Busch guys here. Definitely showing that these Busch drivers can come up and play with the Cup drivers and show what they can do. And I really enjoy the story that brings, and I think that it shows a bright future for future Cup seasons, just seeing who can all be able to run with these guys.
That's kind of what I was going for with having the Busch guys be allowed to come up and run the Cup guys. That gives them the feel of Busch is our entry level right now. In the future, we're looking for a truck series here, maybe January, we're thinking, and that will be our entry level. Busch is the rite of passage series to go to Cup. And when you get to Busch, you want to hit the ground running, run as hard as you can, week in, week out, and then these hot seats. That's what really allows you to come up to the Cup level, see what the Cup guys are doing, what you're not quite doing, learn from them, take it back down the Busch, get them better, get yourself better in the same manner. And then it's also cool that the Cup guys can come down and run 5 races in the Busch. And that doesn't quite take away from all the Busch guys. Sure, like last night, Secure took all the playoff points last night. There's no playoff points. Nobody's locked in. But that's the thing. If you want those playoff points, you gotta fight for them. And now we're gonna go to some 1.5 miles next, short tracks, 2.5 miles, or 2 miles. Sorry. That's the cool thing about this. That's the awesome series, or the awesome thing about this league and how we're trying to innovate. The goal is to get everybody better. And then, if you decide, hey, when you get to the Cup Series, you've been around for a while, you're kind of looking for other things, you take that other places, and that's fine. But you're always going to remember where you came from. And that is why I strive to make everybody better. I'm trying, and it seems to, with this week, everyone really took well to the hot seating. Like I said, you can only hot seat in the other series 5 times. This season, you have to be non-playoffs. If we get the playoffs, there's going to be no issues about hot seaters or anything. And it's strictly just those drivers that show up every week for that race.
Yeah, I definitely think I'll be getting a seat in, I'd have to see on what tracks I do good in Xfinity, because I don't want to come to the Cup level and just not be good. I'd rather run on tracks where I can get it. But you can count on Las Vegas, you can count on, I don't know if we go to Charlotte, but that's my home track.
I think Charlotte's going to be close to the end of the season for both of the series, so that'll be something good. I do want to get to something. Running the Cup car, is there anything that you learned running with some of these Cup guys that you think that you might be able to take to Atlanta? I know Atlanta, going there next week, it's going to be a little bit kind of a same feeling where some of the draft is going to be a factor. Do you think any of tonight's race is going to be able to be translated to next Tuesday's race?
I was listening to pit strategy, the way everybody was, it cycled around very well. Obviously, Atlanta is going to need to pit a lot for the tires, and another thing is saving gas and tires. Learned a lot about that today. Jordy was giving me the whole rundown about it. I'll have to play. I mean, obviously, the tires are going to be different. There's gas, but like my uncle, that's how he wins races. He just outpits everybody, and that's just what you have to do.
That's a good thing to be able to do. Just trying to find different ways to get to victory lane, but definitely in this Cup Series, you're gonna be locked in. You're gonna have nothing to lose till the playoffs, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see all the things that you are gonna be able to do. And I think it's safe to say that you're gonna be coming out of this with the points lead. So, what is your strategy to maybe just try to hold on to that as long as you can?
Just keep all the drivers that are going for points behind me at the end of the day and get save points. Like last night, I didn't get the most points out of everybody. I think I had a driver finish in front of me, because I finished third. And isn't he a Busch driver, Jade?
No. You are... He finished second, but he didn't get more points than you. You got the most points out of last night.
He is a Busch driver there, right?
He is a Busch driver, yes.
But even like that, if I'm just getting the most points every night, you're not even winning, I feel like in the long run, everybody that comes down from the Cup wants the winning race. But, as long as I don't start with a lot of points in every day.
Well, we'll let Jade ask any questions if he has any.
I got nothing. I do want to say to all the Cup drivers and 3 Busch drivers that did come up, they did a fantastic job staying off each other. I only had 3 cautions the whole race, which was fantastic. The Cup drivers put on one heck of a show, as I thought they would. I'm proud of each and every one of them. Proud of the Busch guys came up. Proud of the Busch guys last night once we got rolling. They had a fantastic race. Proud of everybody. It was a great week for the WRL. We got a little shaky start, but proud of everybody. Really just proud of everybody. Had the off week last week from truck season ending up, and turn around, everyone headed to Daytona and get ready to go. And next week we're going to Atlanta in both series, so I'm gonna be really interested to see how that goes moving forward. But I'm interested to get out of Daytona. I myself didn't have a great night, so back to the body shop for the 53 team. But I'm ready. I'm excited. I could have a bad night, but I get excited still. I love seeing guys do well, and I love the messages. And I do want to say a real quick note that today was a hard day for me. I lost my mom 18 years ago today, and I just want to say the messages and the outreach in the league, all you guys, it was fantastic to hear and see. It was a great race. I'm proud of everybody. So you guys, the league definitely made it a lot better for me personally. So proud of everybody. Love you all. Let's get ready for Atlanta.
And that we will do. So we'll end the night off. We'll say congrats to our winner of both races this week, Perks. He definitely dominated the week. Next week on Tuesday and Wednesday at around 8:30 EST time, we'll be going to Atlanta for both the Busch and the Roger Racing Engines Cup Series. So, we'll take the rest of the week off. You'll be able to see some more action in different series. We have F1 tomorrow, I believe. I think we also have some GT Sport on Sunday. Correct?
Yep.
It's
GT
on
Sport
Sunday.
is in week 9. We crown bracket champions this Sunday, I believe. Then next Sunday will be the championship race for the top 16 in points.
And that's gonna be a big thing. That's definitely some different side series that has some different drivers, so feel free to go check that out. That's definitely some very good competitive series that have different drivers just from different parts of the world being able to join into the Worldwide Racing League family. But with that, if Jade has nothing else to announce, we can get off the air.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna wish everybody a good night, and we'll finish the week off, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta.